is that, you know what, everything Allah has asked me to do is for my own benefit anyway. So when Allah says, don't take intoxicants in gambling, because if you wish to prosper, abstain from such activities. Now, I might not understand that when I'm 15, when I'm putting money in a fruit machine. Very addictive, by the way, right? I might not understand that. But then, you know, when I look at what's happening around the world, in my own society in England, where betting shops are being opened up in the poorest areas.
No, I worked for William Hill, and the taxes were going up on the AWP machines, on those machines that you're talking about, and we didn't get a bonus that year because we didn't reach that much target. Yeah. So petition went round to Senator Gordon Brown at the time. It was all to sign to say don't put the tax up on these machines, which I knew were in the poorest areas, and they were setting up two shops next to each other. There were two people in the whole office of around 100 people who didn't sign that. I was like, I'm not signing that. We should pay more. They should be paying more tax than that to disincentivise them to putting them in poor neighbourhoods. Like I'm with you all the way. Like I am. That's the thing. I think I am doing the right thing. Some inspiration from the Quran, some inspiration from Jesus in the Bible, a lot of inspiration from my philosophy and ethics course, a lot of inspiration from the people that I met at Glastonbury when I was when I feel like I went through a childhood that wasn't perfect and it was sending me down the wrong path. I believe that, like, if me living a good life without having to, if me living a good life and doing good deeds and trying to not sin in a way that affects other people, who is it for God to say don't take drugs? I think taking MDMA has made me a much more loving person with much better friendships. Mushrooms has helped me understand why I am who I am with introspective thought. I think there are certain things in the Quran that you might say, well, you don't know why that's not good for you, but I disagree. I think they have made me, these things that are wrong or haram are things that have made me into who I am today.
On drugs and alcohol, would you say that drugs and alcohol have not ruined your life?
They've not ruined it. They've had negative consequences. They've had positive consequences.
Okay. For you personally, have the negatives outweighed the positives, or the positives outweighed the negatives?
I think in the long run, the positives are better.
Are better for you, yes? Okay. Now,
I'm not going to say that's for everybody.
No, but for society, would you say the negatives outweigh the positives?
I think if all drugs were legalised, the positives would outweigh the negatives. Okay.
I'm talking about now, not a scenario that might or might not happen. I'm talking about alcohol and drugs at the moment.
But this is the thing: if everybody accepted religion, we wouldn't be able to try these things and work
that's
out.
Not my point. That's not our discussion. Our discussion is whether it's good or bad, right? So I'm saying to you, as a society, the Quran says, in intoxicants and gambling, there is only benefit for a few, or small benefit. But because the harms are greater than the benefit, that is why they are forbidden for you.
But collective punishment.
It's not about but it's not punishment. Because but if I'm not look, if I can't drink alcohol,
because the other guy can't handle it.
Yeah, but your perception might be that that's a punishment. For me, it's a mercy.
So if you drive,
for me,
if you drive and drink alcohol and police stop you, what would happen?
I'd go to jail, and rightly so.
Yeah, and lose your license.
Yeah, rightly so.
Common sense.
Yes. No, but
that is common sense.
But the point here is this. The point here is this.
So you know what I mean? It's not a great thing that you will do it and it will give you benefits in everything or everyone can accept. If the law of the country doesn't accept it in certain ways.
My point to you was that today we have a situation where possibly a lot of people are very light drinkers. And they could argue that they're not having any adverse effects from having this half a glass of wine once every month or whatever, let's say, yeah? However, Allah knows His creatures. Allah knows what He's created.
Every
And Allah
bottle-
knows that intoxicants and gambling are things that will have much more
every
harm
bottle is labeled.
than they will have benefit.
labeled
So it's coffee
for
allowed?
a woman,
Yes, coffee is
2
allowed.
units.
That's bad
for
for
men,
you.
3
No,
units.
it's not. There's
Why
many.
is that?
There are many scientific studies about coffee.
Oh, nobody
Some of them are
respects
positive. Some of them are negative. Hold on a second. Some of them are negative.
Yeah, okay.
Excessive drinking of coffee could be harmful, but the Quran already addresses that, and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam already addressed that as well. Do not take your religion to extremes, and do not take things that are known to be harmful to you. Don't do those things. If tomorrow,
Okay, so he
tomorrow,
gives you the choice to not take. He gives you the agency to say coffee's not good for me, so I can't take that. But
yes.
coffee's okay for you.
No, so for example, if tomorrow it was proven that coffee has a direct causal link to cancer, and it causes cancer, under following Islamic rules, I'm not permitted to do something that I know is going to cause me harm. So that's why with alcohol or drugs, there's no discussion, because we have evidence-backed data today, and for many years in fact, that there are millions of people around the world who are affected very adversely with the result of alcohol and drugs.
Okay, what about-
And they all started with just a sip.
So what my point to you was this. So when I grew up, I didn't understand the concept of why we're not allowed to drink alcohol. Because at 13, alhamdulillah, I never touched it because the Quran told me not to. But I didn't understand it, right? When I looked at my friends going out, clubbing and drinking, I thought, they're having a really good time, man. And we're not allowed to do this, right? Then I watched a program on TV called QED. I don't know if you
Hey,
ever remember that.
I'm not here
Right?
defending.
No, I know you're
alcohol.
not.
I'm talking
I'm
about
just giving you
other
the
drugs,
principle.
which I think
No,
are
I'm giving you the
much more
principle. The
beneficial.
principle is just because I did not fully grasp or understand something, it did not validate or invalidate the claim that it was harmful. You see my point? That came later with knowledge. Now, you might not think that drugs is a huge issue in society.
Well, I think
Right?
certain drugs are,
Right.
but I think people should be given the free choice. That's where my secular opinion comes
I understand.
from.
I understand where you're
But
coming from.
There are